All right, last question. Well, last three questions. I was kind of mean on 25, but um, I want to make sure that you guys know how to solve equations because solving equations is a huge, huge part of high school math. So I want to make sure everyone is good on that. Now some people got the first one right. Some of them got it close to being right, but didn't finish it all the way. So most of you knew that you need to subtract 6 from both sides because we did the inverse operation. So you subtract 6 from both sides. And if you need to, draw that dotted line down the equal sign, so you down through the equal sign, so you know what the two sides of the equal sign mean. So you make sure you're doing everything on both sides. So that makes the 6's cancel, and you get negative y equals negative 19. So a lot of people answered negative 19, y equals negative 19. But the problem is it's not y here, it's negative y. So what this means is really the coefficient is negative 1. So it's like a negative 1y. So we need to divide both sides by a negative 1. And then that makes, so the negative 1's cancel. And then y equals a positive 19. Okay, positive 19. Because if a negative y equals a negative 19, a positive y has to equal a positive 19. And you can check this by plugging it back into the equation. Remember, that's one good thing about solving equations is that you can always check your work. So we can plug in 19 in here for our y. Remember, we always want to plug in parentheses plus 6 and see if this works out and gives us a true statement. So negative 19 plus 6, is that negative 13? Yes, it is. So our solution is correct. All right, the second one, this one is kind of a two-step equation, but before you can undo anything, you have to combine like terms here. So this is kind of bringing in number, what was that, 23, 24 in with our solving equations. And I think this is probably the one that most people got right, but let's still go over it. So we have to identify what our like terms are here. Remember, they have to have the same variable with the same exponent. So 7x minus an x, and remember, if there's no coefficient, it's a 1. All right, so those are like terms. So now we need to combine them. So 7x minus 1x is going to give us 6x. The negative 1 stays there because there's nothing to combine that with. And then this equals 35. And I think most people are probably good from here because this is just a two-step equation. So remember, when we are solving equations with multiple steps, we need to do our order of operations backwards. So normally we do PEMDAS, but here we're going to do it backwards when we solve. So we do inverse operations and we do PEMDAS backwards. So we have to undo the addition and subtraction before we can undo the multiplication and division. So we need to add 1 to both sides because it's a minus 1. We need to add 1. So that gives us, again, if you want to draw the equal sign through, or the dotted line through the equal sign, you can do that. That helps. And then you get 6x equals 36. Now that we undid the addition and subtraction, now we need to undo the multiplication and division. So 6x means 6 times x. So we divide both sides by 6. And we get x equals 6. Again, if you're not sure, we can always plug it in when we solve an equation. And plugging in doesn't have to take a lot of time. You can do it in your calculator. So we're going to do 7 times 6 minus 1 minus 6. And again, remember, put in parentheses. Does that equal 35? So let's see here. 7 times 6 is 42 minus 1 minus 6. Does that equal 35? So 41 minus 6 is 35. It is. So this checks out. So our answer is correct. All right, last one here. Now, I know everyone, not everyone, I shouldn't say everyone. I know a lot of people get thrown off when you have fractions, but don't be afraid of fractions, okay? Again, this is just a two-step equation. So we have to undo our addition and subtraction. Our addition and subtraction before we can undo our multiplication and division. Sorry, my fiance just texted me about getting lunch. Okay, sorry. Trying to finish this up. Okay, so a two-step equation. We need to first undo our addition and subtraction and subtract 3 from both sides. That's going to make our 3's cancel. Again, if you need to, put the dotted line through your equal sign to help you remember to do things on both sides. So then we have z over 4 equals -1 minus 3, which is -4. Okay. And then z over 4 just means z divided by 4. So how do we undo division? Well, we multiply. All right, so 4 divided by 4 cancels. That's 1. That's that inverse property we talked about. So z equals -4 times 4 is -16. Again, let's check our solution. So I'm going to plug in -16 for z. So -16 over 4 plus 3, does that equal -1? So let's put the fraction line in there. Okay, so -16 divided by 4 is a -4 plus 3, it does equal -1. So this one checked out as well. So our solution is correct. So, like I said, it may take an extra minute, but it's worth it to know you got the answer right. So plug it back in and check your solution. All right, so that is it for the Basic Skills Test A. Remember, if you did not earn the specified grade, which was a 17 out of 25, then you will have to retake this test. It will actually be, I said it will be every Friday, but since you guys do not have school on Friday, nor do we have school on Monday, the next test will be Tuesday, September 6th. So Tuesday, September 6th, we're going to do the basic skills test again if you did not earn that 17 out of 25. Alrighty, hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.